All right, guys, welcome to Indianapolis. We're here at the annual NFL Draft Combine. I'm Mick Shaffer of KSHB 41. He's Matt Foster. We're logging here. We're just going to StreamYard and talk about our thoughts, talk about our first day here in Indianapolis. And Matt, I know for both of us, it's our first time at the Combine.
It is definitely a unique kind of experience compared to other NFL things. It's very rare that you have this many head coaches and general managers under one roof at the same time at any point in the season. Also, this accessible to this many media members at the same time. I know some of them probably don't like that portion of the combine very much. Other coaches are a little bit more media savvy. Andy Reid, of course, not here going through that knee procedure. But it was nice to get pick Brett Veach's brain a little bit today. It's been a bit since we've gotten to hear from him, and obviously a lot of pressing matters, not just here in Indy and with the draft upcoming, but other free agency decisions to make.
It feels like a mini Super Bowl because the media crunch is here. You have representatives from all teams. You have players all over the place. Of course, they're going to be future players. So we'll lay out what this week is going to be like for us and for these athletes here. It's basically from Monday through Sunday, and depending on what position you're in, you could be, talking to the media one day, lifting the next day, on the field the next day. They all have it laid out and everything. There's over 300 college athletes they've invited. Now, not all of them will be drafted, but most of these guys will. I think there's 250 some guys that get drafted. And so they're here doing tests mentally and physically, right? They're meeting with all these teams. It's a job interview. It's a week-long job interview. But then, of course, they're performing on the field, again, depending on what positional group they're in. They're doing different things, but everybody's running the 40-yard dash, right? Yeah. Everybody's trying to bench press 225 pounds as much as possible, and everybody's
Which is very hard to do. Those guys make it look easy the way they put that.
I can do it if you just count it like 112 twice. I can do 112 and then do it again. There we go.
We can test that theory tomorrow, maybe.
I hope not. I'm not doing a 40. I'm not trying to lift 225 pounds because I know both will end badly for me. And so who you have here are Chiefs or NFL GMs and head coaches. They're going to be meeting with agents and with players and all that stuff. So you'll have future players, and we've got a lot of like local flair here, right?
What is it, 11 guys? 11 like KC area guys, and then
KC area guys played high school football in Kansas City, and a lot of Mizzou, KU, and K-State guys.
6 Mizzou guys, I believe, 4 KU, and 2 K-State. So, about 20, 25 guys within the viewership to check out. And I know the hope is to catch up with as many of those guys as we can, because obviously this is a cool experience regardless of what happens down the road. Because like you said, only about 300 guys of the maybe double that, triple that, who are hoping to just hear their name called. So at worst, you get a bunch of free swag,
Absolutely. And what a cool experience.
We haven't gotten free swag, but they do. So.
Yeah. If you're invited to this thing, whether you're drafted or not, and again, most will be, you're on the radar. And so a lot of these guys, if you're not drafted, you can still make a team, right? You look at every Super Bowl champion each and every year, about half their roster are undrafted free agents. So if you don't get drafted, it's not like your pro football career is over with. I'm going to shout out Sammy Hecht because of those college and high school guys. He's the only local college guy and local high school guy from Kansas State, Mill Valley guy. I've known the kid since he was like a first grader. My son played football with him, and so he's a guy. He's an offensive lineman from Kansas State and Mill Valley. He's a guy that could go middle of the draft, 3rd, 4th round, something like that. So he's got a lot of stuff that he can improve. I mean, a big stock's going up here in Indy, and a lot of these guys can't wait to hear their stories and how their dreams are kind of coming true at this event. So we listened to Brett Veach today. Matt, what were your biggest takeaways from the Chiefs GM?
Well, obviously, what everyone wants to know is Travis coming back or not. Again, nothing definitive. Veach was very transparent, though. I mean, those are ongoing discussions. He specifically mentioned that they're prepared for either scenario, whether that's they bring him back or he decides to walk away. He did kind of mention Travis Kelce isn't like most free agents, like they don't want to give him a a hard deadline, like this day is when you have to tell us. Now, there is still kind of a soft deadline with March approaching.
There's got to be at some point a deadline, some sort of timeline, some sort of
even during the season, Travis had said during one of his weekly press availabilities that he wants to have that decision made either way before they get really into free agency, so that the organization can make the necessary adjustments according to whether he is or isn't back. So we're probably sitting tight for another 2 weeks, basically based on when that free agency period starts. But as of right now, I think Veach talked about them planning on meeting, not just with Travis, but with other guys once that starts. I believe it's sometime next week. So obviously that was a big hot topic issue. I'm surprised it took 3 questions in to get asked, but and then there's
this is going to be such a different offseason, right, for the Kansas City Chiefs. One, they're picking 9th, which is the lowest they've picked in the Andy Reid era since the 2013 draft, when they were the number 1 overall pick after that awful 2012 year. And so you have that, and then we were counting up today. It's like, even with Mike Dana being released, there's still like 23 unrestricted free agents on the Chiefs roster. And not
dramatically different. Not like minor players. We're talking Leo Chanel. We're talking Brian Cook. A lot of important guys on that defense. Maybe more so than the offensive side of the ball. So, and Veach mentioned, I mean, there's some tough decisions that they're going to, obviously they want to bring back as many of those guys as they can. But that's just,
they don't have a lot of money though, right?
Not currently. There's been a lot of talk about, are they going to cut Jawan Taylor? Because if they do that, they save, I think it's about $20 million in cap space, which helps. It moves the needle in the right direction. And given, Jalen Moore, who was essentially a six offensive lineman last year, the way he kind of plugged and played between Taylor's injury, Josh Simmons being out, all signs kind of point to it being the end of the relationship between Taylor and the Chiefs. And then mentioned Drew Tranquil as well. Like I said, another defensive guy, another key piece. But it comes down to dollars and cents at the end of the day.
Yeah, it really does. And right now, I mean, they're $6 million under the cap, which is not a lot, because you're going to need, $9 or $10 million to sign.
And that's only because they released Dana. I think they were over.
So there's going to be more moves coming. And Veach said today,
what about
what he called it? They have $60 million in convertible contracts, basically. Not the car, right? It's these contracts. The salary cap is a soft ceiling in that, like, you can always work around it. And you can call, salary money, certain salary money. You can call it bonus money, and all of a sudden you're farther under the cap and all that. So there's ways to massage it and negotiate it, and they're frankly going to have to do that with multiple guys' contracts. We've already seen them change up, restructure Patrick Mahomes' contract, which was built for that. But it's going to take more, frankly.
Yep. Yeah, and I mean, he talked about Trent McDuffie as well, correct? Because that's another kind of looming decision that the Chiefs don't have to make yet. But do you trade him? Do you pay him? I mean, again, they're not really in the position to really probably go to the number that he and his agent are looking for at the moment. But he's also, you could get some good draft capital if they went that route. So that's a tough position to be in for sure. And it seems like, based on what Veach said, those conversations are also still being had. Because I think Trent would love to stay in Kansas City if that's, if it just came to, do you want to stay or not? But it's not that simple in the NFL. It's a business. It's a business.
And he's played 4 years, so his 5th year, he's a first-round pick. So they exercised his 5th year.
He was the highest first-round pick that Brett Veach has made.
Yeah.
Hasn't had many of those. So
number 21.
21st. So couple spots higher this year.
It's going to be a different feel. And it's funny, you and I both laughed at Veach days. Like, normally we're drafting like 30, 31, 32. And I'm always like, if we were just at 24, 25, that's the sweet spot. Now we're at 9. And I'm like, man, if we were just at 4 or 5, that would be the sweet spot. So you always want more. And he's always been a guy that's got an itchy trigger finger, right? He's ready to trade
ready to
up or
trade.
trade down. He's always taking phone calls. So I don't know if this 9th overall pick maybe locks them in more, or if there's going to be more opportunity to move up or move down, be in that spot. What do you think?
In a sense, I think it goes back to McDuffie, frankly, because there might be a team in the late first round that wants to, trade their pick for McDuffie. And if they do that, the Chiefs might then trade back knowing that they have multiple options. But and it's not a quarterback heavy draft, compared to the talent's just not there. But outside of that, and Beach kind of mentioned, he used the term out like non-premium and premium positions. And like some of the top players are non-premium, whereas the premium positions are tougher to, get in free agency. So you kind of have to get them in the draft, develop them, and keep them. There's some good defensive players out there for sure in this draft. A couple guys from Miami, another one from Texas Tech. A couple good skill position players. So they will have options. It's just a matter of, do they feel like the options they will have at 9 will warrant using that high of a pick on the player that's available at that point?
All right, before we get out of here, where are we eating dinner tonight?
What do you say, Kilroy's? Want some stuffed cheesy breadsticks?
Never been there. I've been to St. Elmo's. That's like the only place anybody knows in this town. We'll see if we can get reservations.
Well,
and I hate shrimp cocktails. So I don't know why I
we've had subs for dinner last night and for lunch today. So
really doing up right on this road trip.
We're just about.
All right, Matt. Let's sign off. We'll see you guys tomorrow on this stream as well, and talk about our Wednesday at the NFL Combine. We'll finally get some
defensive linemen.
We're doing some stuff.
We'll talk tomorrow. So
what's that? Yeah,
defensive linemen tomorrow. So
all right, we'll see you.